Hello, my friends. Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa Stringworks Man Cave. Heads, it's always backwards. See, I hung up, I hung up the sign. There it is. Everything's backwards in this. You would be surprised how backwards it is. It's worse than you think. It's way worse than you think. It's not quite like looking in a mirror even. It's worse than that. Okay. Anyway, we got a good short program for you today. We had a great jam at Dickey's barbecue pit last night. It really was a good jam. I mean, it just went down perfectly. Not saying we never made any mistakes at all, but for the most part, it just went off like clockwork, And it was a very small crowd again, unfortunately. I think since we've switched to the alternate dates, of the first and third, there's a lot of people that just don't get there, When we had it every week, everybody knew they could just show up whenever they want to, But anyway, it is what it is, as I say. The most notable thing last night is we made a decision to change the live show date this month. And instead of being on the last Thursday, we're going to make it on the 23rd. So mark your calendars, please. So it'll be May 23rd for the live show. The reason is they're going to all be gone camping at different festivals and things, and so they'll be gone. They won't be here. So May 23rd is the date, Thursday, May 23rd, and it's 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, my time, of course. And be sure to mark your calendars. And I'll try to remind you several more times between now and then, but anyway. I returned the guitars to Leon and to Mark and Yolanda. And that reminds me that Mark and Yolanda were there, and you can see them in the background of the song that I'm going to play for you here. So pay attention to that, and you'll know who they are. Last night also, I was informed that Ron was having his birthday today. So we sang happy birthday to Ron. If you don't know who Ron is just a good friend of mine, and he doesn't play music. He did build a mandolin in my workshop, though, and his wife plays mandolin a little bit. And anyway, Ron's within a year of my age, so he either just turned 69, which I'll be turning 70, or he just turned 70, and he's ahead of me. I can't remember if he's ahead of me or behind me. Pretty bad. But anyway, here's that song from Dickeys last night. I think you'll enjoy it.
Well, I never knew him.
As usual, I'm always the weak link. You could see the mandolin laying there on the table behind him. I was doing the filming with just my smartphone, and that's the sound was a little weak, but I think you could make it out. And anyway, we have a good time there. Always enjoy it. I saw a comment from Dickey Farley. It said something about I seem to like his barbecue and and his company. And I guess that's true, Dickey. We love it. David Lane gave us a super chat during that. Thank you very kindly, David. I really do appreciate it. Let me see, moving on here. I did just a short little clip of the martins this morning, and I think you might enjoy this. The main reason I turned it on was because they were making so much noise. It's like they can sense the camera came on, and they just shut up. It's so weird. Yeah, they're still talking, but not as much. It's crazy. It's just like they just shut up. They were so loud just a moment ago. Unbelievable. I'm going to walk over there just a little bit to see if they'll at least fly, because there looks like there's a ton of them. There's a bunch of them now. Yeah, I'm real happy with the way it's all turning out with the martins. I can already see that next year I'm going to have to add at least another dozen houses. And you can take this to any kind of extreme you want to. I don't plan to go much beyond that, but I probably will add about another dozen houses, and then we'll call that good enough. And it's kind of sad because you could keep building it bigger and bigger every year, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'll just go another maybe dozen and call that good. Got nice compliments on the songs, and somebody said that Don is quite a picker, and that's a fact. Don's really good picker, that flat top guitar. He plays the bass in the band normally, but he's very good at his style finger picking. I can't remember which particular style that he really is into, because I'm not into that myself. I don't really know that much about it. But, like Merle Travis and those different kinds of guys like that. And what you don't know about Don is he was, I don't know if I'd say good friends, but he knew a lot of the steel guitar players. He went to the conventions for years, and he became acquainted with a lot of the good old-time steel guitar pickers, the ones that played with people like Hank Williams and things like that. I mean, he knew a lot of those guys, and he tells stories about playing with them and different things. And so Don's really got some good stories about playing with a lot of those really great pickers that you've heard on records. Moving on, I'll show you my last little clip here that I have of the wall progress today, and I just took this morning. Well, here's what it looks like after the fifth lift. Now, I've still got the boards on it, so I'll take those off real quick and show you the wall, at least as far as it is at the moment. Well, there you go. There's that's the fifth lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put 2 more on top of that. It's going to need 2 more, I believe, to fully do what I want to do. I'll make that top one perfectly smooth and level at the top. And then on top of that, I'll build a small wooden frame to go up to the, where the roof line would be, because this won't go all the way to the roof line. I had originally thought I would do that, but I've decided against it. It's just a lot of extra work, and 2 more will for sure be plenty high to keep the water from splashing. So anyway, that's where we stand right now. Might just throw in that I've been using this Harbor Freight concrete mixer, cement mixer, and I like it. It's pretty darn good. I bought it a long time ago, and JR used it. I had never really used it, and I've used it a lot on this, and it works great. I'm really tickled that I have it. I had some of those cheaper plastic ones, and they are junk. So this is way better. Here's what the water looks like today. It's toned down a little bit. Not quite splashing like it was yesterday. And you can see how serene and smooth the pond is. It's not moving at all. It's got a coat of pollen on the top of it, I think is what I would call that. The pollen was so thick on my car yesterday that when I backed it out of the open garage, the pollen had settled on top of the car and it just blew off like dust. It's crazy. We've got folks up at the rental retreat. It looks like I can see a truck right there. Otherwise, just a beautiful morning. I've got to get in and get ready for the vlog. Yeah, I'm making good progress there. I've been vacillating back and forth about whether I'm going to make it just 1 story or 2 stories. I kind of think I'm back to 2 stories again. And I'm not going to put a staircase in it, I don't think, because it's so small. The staircase would eat up most of the floor space. And yeah, you could say put in a spiral staircase, but honestly, that's not a whole lot better either. And it's just for looks, so it's not for like living in, and I think I'm just going to have an entrance down below and an entrance coming in from above the wall. The entrance coming in from the wall will have some stairs up to the second level up there. But the one down below will just have a door because we're going to have a picnic table area down there. And so the bottom, I kind of expecting to use it for storage, like for fishing poles and tackle boxes and things like that, probably. And then the upstairs, it's just probably going to be open, probably won't be used for anything, maybe just to have a window or 2 in it and just stand up there and look out over the pond, if nothing else, or eat your lunch up there or something, I don't know. It just is what it is. But it's mostly going to be, I'm going to try to build it as rustic looking as I can. It's just going to look like an old mill is what I'm trying to make it look like. We'll see. That's it, I think, that I was going to cover today. So let's go through the comments. Eddie Turner looks like he was number 1, and I looked at it before we went live, and I don't think we dropped any off unless there was some before Eddie that dropped off, but he was the first one I saw, and I saw that well before we went live. Anyway, John Pepper's there again. That's how I knew that name yesterday. Somebody mentioned John Pepper, and I thought, God, I know that name. Well, it's because you're in the comments all the time. But I couldn't, me and names, it's just really hard. I don't know why that is, but it just is. It's tough. I don't know. It's been that way my whole life. It's not just the typical thing that you meet somebody and you can't remember their name. That's not it. Mine's deeper than that. It's got something to do probably with my reading disorder or whatever it is. Never been diagnosed, but there's something wrong up there. I don't know what it is. I'm looking for question marks. It says, Dottie, she's still praying for us. Dottie, thank you very kindly. I appreciate it. Going on down, Bill Rhodes says, good morning. And I noticed quite a few favorable, nice comments, so thank you very much for all your comments. Just looking for question marks primarily, and I'm scrolling through fairly slow because I can miss them so easy. Wow, there's a lot of comments. You guys are having too good a time. Okay, we're down to the live there. It looks like Dottie was the first one after we went live, then Walt Willard, and then let's see, Dickey Farley. He made his comment about me enjoying his company there at Dickeys and his barbecue. And then let's see, David Tharp. He's got his little quip here. I thought this was funny. When I was young, I was poor, but after years of hard work, I can say I'm no longer young. Man, can I ditto that one? And again, thank you, David Lane, for that super chat. We very much appreciate it. Joe Nigan says the group play is very interesting. Well, thank you. Gary Hayden, good song from Dickeys. After listening to Gary for a while, now I detect a professionalism in his singing. He carries a tune very well. Well, I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that. As far as I know, he was never, I don't think he was ever in a formal band, really, other than just my band. As far as I know, that's probably not true. I mean, he's always jammed on stage with people, and I would call them informal bands, if you will, just kind of throw together type bands and just local people. As far as I know, that's all he's ever done, but never really played a lot of gigs in a band setting, if you will. Chuck Heidbreder, 9 of the top messages disappeared after the video clip. Okay. It's crazy. Bill Webb, hey, Jerry, leave them birds alone. Well, I don't bother them too much. They seem to enjoy themselves out there. The thing about martins, just for the people who don't know, this is not directed at your comment. This is just directed as general comments so that people understand how martins are. Martins are, they kind of like people around. They don't, if you took that house and set it way back there in the backfield where there's no activity at all, I'm not saying you won't get martins. You might, but you'll get less probably back there than you will if you have it up near where there's human activity. They, for some reason, have bonded to humans. The claim is, and I don't know if any of this is true, but the claim is that it started with the Native Americans, that the Native Americans would put up gourd houses around their, camps and things, and the martins, started associating with humans back then. That's what the claim is. I don't know if it's true or not, but it does seem to be true that they like to be around human activity. So, just so you know. Gary Hayden, Jerry, does your doctor know how physically hard you work? I don't see my doctor enough for him to know anything, really. I can't even tell you the last time I went to him. I don't know. I've gone to a doc in the box since COVID, but I don't think I've been to my actual doctor since COVID. Those doctors, they mess you up. You got to stay away from them. Zappa. Jerry, your water flow should increase a bit. There's some weather moving in on your 11 a.m. today. Well, bummer. What I forgot I was going to say this in the video clip of the wall there, but I forgot to, is you could barely see it on the ground, but the pile of rocks has diminished greatly. There's very few rocks left, so I've got to go out and collect more rock before I can build the next 2 courses on the wall. So maybe that's what I'll do today in preparation, because more than likely that'll take me till 11 o'clock to get the rocks collected. It won't take me that long, but anyway, probably won't have enough time to get another course on the wall before the rain starts, so at least I'll get the rocks collected. Jeff Puris, there is a big, totally decorative water wheel nearby. Just a trickle of water keeps it turning. I think it's pumped, though. not natural flow. Yeah, the myth is you got to have a lot of water. You don't really. Just a tiny bit of water. The water that's coming out of there right now, I'm not complaining. That's plenty of water to keep it turning, and it'll keep it turning really well. I'm not worried about it at all. If half that much water stayed all the time, it'd still be plenty to keep it turning, and even less than that would keep it turning. It'll turn with just a trickle because it'll fill up the bucket, and the bucket's heavy, and it's going to keep it turning. It's going to keep it turning regardless. It may be faster and slower at times, but it'll keep it turning. Not even concerned about that part. But if you tried to use it for work, it's not enough. It's just not really enough. Again, it's just for looks. And if we get a little bit of a side benefit out of it with something, then that's fine. But I don't expect that. Let's see. Ben Boyd. Has your band ever played Seven Bridges Road by the Eagles? No, I don't think so. I don't know if it's a true story or not, but there's some myth that's been around for a while that you can't play Eagles tunes, especially like on YouTube. They really, for whatever reason, and I don't know nothing about the Eagles, quite honestly. I mean, I've heard a few of their songs, but the truth is I've never followed them. I don't know nothing really about them at all. But the thing is that they say that the Eagles band, for whatever reason or however they did it, have their songs locked down better than any other group. And somehow or another, and they won't give you permission to do their songs, etc. and so forth. There's just rumors, and I don't know if any of it's true, but that's what I've heard. So I don't know. But no, I don't know. I've heard Seven Bridges Road, but we've never tried that. I don't know if Gary or anybody knows that song. They know a lot more of that stuff than I do, but it's possible they would know it. Let's see. But I don't know that we should try it on YouTube, honestly. That's the sad thing, is that they claim they really have it locked down, and that you get in trouble when you do their music. So that's all I know. I don't know if it's true or not. Let's see. I guess that's it, guys. It looks like everybody... let's see. We do have something here. Chuck Hybrider, 9 of the top messages disappeared after the video clip. Oh, no, sorry. The thing scrolled on me, and I was messing around there. Nope, I guess that's it. Well, thank you very much. As I said that, one more popped up. Peter Labick, dyslexia. I'm in the same club. Problems to read and find my mistakes too. And this Lithrats puts an H in the word. I never know where in the word. Yeah, I don't know what my problem is with reading, but it's always been that way. Like I told you, see, when I was in school, I didn't mind getting up in front of the class and talking or doing anything like that. That didn't bother me at all. And like in spelling bees, I was good at that kind of thing. I wasn't the last one standing, but I'd be up there toward the last 3 or 4 people, So that kind of thing didn't bother me, that kind of attention. But if you ask me to read out loud, I just melt. I was just like a chocolate bar. I just melt in a microwave. That's just the way I felt. I don't want to do that. It was just that was torture for me to try to read out loud in class. That was the last thing I wanted to happen, was have the teacher call on me to read. And you know how kids are. They make fun of you, and you're stuttering, you're trying to read. That was the worst thing. Bill Mumbo, the best version of Desperado is Linda Ronstadt's. Okay. I've heard that song too, but don't really know it very well. I mean, I can sing along with it, I think, on the radio, but that's about it. Well, guys, I'm going to let that be it. I'm going to go out and collect rocks, I think. We will see you with something else tomorrow. Thank you so much.